emergency is imminent, from motor accidents to natural disasters to pandemics, anything else. Life is unpredictable and it will throw you unexpected financial problems every now and then. This is when you need emergency fund that will act as a safety net that can help you to cover an unexpected expenses without breaking your budget and without having to take on expensive budget. Hi, my name is Mahesh Kathiravan. I am financial freedom specialist, father of two lovely goldfish, husband to a super duper marathoner runner, sales executive and banker, then life insurance consultant, and now founder of MBK Financials as financial freedom specialist. My mission is to help 1 lakh people to achieve financially happy life. Today, I will be sharing with you how to create an emergency fund in 3 simple and proven easy steps, which I have implemented in my personal life and I have reaped so much of benefit. So let's start without a further delay. The very first point, choose how much. Choose how much. So what do you mean by that? You need to understand how much you need to save to create an emergency fund. Now, please remember that this will be different for each and every individual and their lifestyle. But the general thumb rule says that for the people who are living in India, they need to have 6 months of salary income. Now, this will be the ideal emergency fund, but it will differ according to individuals' lifestyle and different individuals' requirement. Okay, so some may create only 3 months also. Now, why they create 3 months? Because they may be feeling that they may have a dual income, or they may be having some ancestral property or ancestral income coming from there, or stable job or second source of income, or they may feel good that okay, where they are, they're okay with it. It's fine, it's no problem with it. It's individual's choice as well as their working lifestyle. Okay, now if you're having unstable job or irregular income, part-time job, and if you think there's any amount of instability, then I would suggest go for 6 to 8 months of savings of emergency fund. Now, this is very important. Or if you are married, there might be some compromise, and I am coming to that because I am also married. When I sat down with my wife when to discuss about this emergency fund. Now, in my life, it was two phase. That is when I was in employer phase, and when I was in entrepreneurs phase. Okay, so employee phase was that in that phase I was thinking like an employee, so I was wasting a lot of money for because a lot of over duty like kind of thing. So I used to sit about 18 to 12 hours. So there was no the so I used to carry one tiffin box for one times lunch or breakfast, and then a rest of it I would have it outside. So I used to spend a lot of money in restaurants and food. And the second thing was a lot of traveling was done. So Ola, Uber. So I used to spend a lot of traveling, a lot of clothes. Okay. Now, but now when I turned into a businessman, this kind of unnecessary expenses got slowed down, and thus it created in a savings. So for me, it was a different phase. So wherein as an employee, where I was seen as an expenses that came as a savings in a business perspective. Okay. So I found out now this is for my perspective. When I found out with my clients, when I sat with them to discuss about their financial freedom goals, and when I asked this question, okay, how do you want to create your emergency fund? So how many months you want to create? So majority of the husbands were saying that they want only 3 months. And sorry, and and wives used to say that they used to have only 6 months. So this is very contradiction, but it's okay. They have to compromise on some particular thing, and they have to decide the emergency fund. So this is the only solution for the married people I can give you. You have to sit with your husband or wife, take it down and break it down in smaller pieces and take it and let's see and decide what exactly where do you want. Okay. Now, in this point, there's a sub point that is called as the expenses. Now, what is expense? There is a catch in this. See, a lot of people are falling in these two categories. What I have noticed in my this career, where I have seen I have educated a lot of people in financial freedom. So what I've seen is that the very first category is the bare minimum. The bare minimum means the food, clothing, shelter. And now insurance is also considered as a bare minimum because of this pandemic situations. Okay. And the second set of people are second category of people who want the lifestyle to continue irrespective of whether the income is stopped or not stopped. So this is the two set of people, and most majority of the people will fall in these two categories only. There is no other categories whom we have distinct what I have realized in my life. Okay. Now here I will be sharing you very personal experience about that. The personal experience is when I and wife had sat down to create my emergency fund. Like I said, when I was turned an entrepreneur, so we first calculated that how much is needed for to maintain our lifestyle. So like I said, employee lifestyle and entrepreneur lifestyle totally different. Okay. So that the spending perspective, the earning perspective, the savings perspective is all decided, all gets changed. And my wife also is an entrepreneur and she started also business. Same way we sat and calculated our emergency fund. What we did, we calculated, we zeroed on one particular figure and we multiplied that amount by 6 times because we calculated the 6 to 8 months. And then we got a particular amount and then we started to saving for that particular amount. Now, please remember this will not happen in one day, 1 month, or 1 week. It will take a lot of time, like you have heard. A drop of water can make an ocean, but how much time it will take, that depends upon you. Okay, so you need to realize that and keep it in mind that you need to constantly work on that. Constant, consistent should be there, discipline should be there, and most important, a small bit of patience should be there because you are reaching your goal. So you need to have patience. Now, like I said, again, I'm saying these categories are not wrong. Majority of people will be following this category, but it's just what you want and what your family wants. That should be the main motive. And basis on that, you need to create your emergency fund. The second point, second step, that is know where to put it. Now, most used investment tool is what? Sorry, savings bank account. So normally people, we Indians, we always put as a savings bank account, right? But I would rather say you do some research before investing in savings bank account. Do some research, make some investments because this is like insurance. Okay. Just remember, emergency fund is like insurance. This is not an investment. So again, I will say if it is like insurance, so you have to treat like an insurance solely. You should not look for an investment perspective that you are getting so much return. So I will invest it in that emergency. No, don't go for that. Okay. Like for example, somebody will say that okay, this particular asset is giving you so good return. You park your emergency fund. No, don't do that. As you do the research, take it disadvantage and advantage, come to a conclusion, discuss with your wife, your children, and then come to a conclusion. Okay, this is the perfect asset for emergency fund. We can take it, then we can go it. The bottom line, I will tell you, is that you should not tempt to withdraw again and again. So that fund should not tempt you to withdraw again and again. What I mean by that, say for example, like I will take my example only because when I was creating my emergency fund, I was keeping in mind, I had a bucket list. I had a bucket list. We all have visions and goals. Right? So I had a bucket list. I need to go to travel to US, and I had a long time dream. So now this March and Feb, I was wanted to go, but then due to this Corona and everything, it got postponed. I don't know when I will go. But when I was kept my target as a March, and I wanted to go for that. So what has happened? I was starting saving fund for that particular trip. Okay. Now, what has happened when you are able to do something? You have your clear goal. You are consistently working for that. You're hardworking. You're more disciplined, and you have a patience also. So you know you can reach your goal as per some particular time. But just you want to realize that is it necessary or not? Now, this brings you to the next step, the third step. That is very important step. Is define emergency. So what is emergency and what is not emergency? So in that you need to define your need and your want. So, like I said, my US travel trip. Okay, now US travel trip, I will put it into three categories. Now, this is the three questions you need to ask yourself. So, I ask myself, okay, is it urgent? No, for me, it's not urgent. US trip, what? No, so urgent in the March. It's okay. We can postpone for 6 months. It's okay. Not second question, is it unexpected? No, not unexpected. I know it was going. I was going to March 2020, and I was being saving for that money. Third thing, and is it necessary? No. It's not necessary because in this kind of pandemic situation, it's not that I need to go to US. It's okay. I will still wait for another 1 year or 2 years when the situation gets normal. I will go. But the fund which was saved for that particular trip, I used this as an emergency fund. So this is another way of looking at the emergency fund, or else you have to create your own emergency fund, which I have done also the way also the other way. So that's for example, someone is hospitalized and there's some urgent cash need. So you can withdraw from the emergency fund. That is called an emergency. So that is urgent. It is urgent. It is unexpected. Yeah, it is unexpected. You never know that guy has got hospitalized. You never know. He met with an accident. You also never know he would be meeting an accident. And is it necessary? Yeah, it is necessary because otherwise, who would there be to help him? Because he is lying in the hospital and doctor is demanding money to take out his hospitalization. So who is who you need to figure out? You need to figure out what is an emergency and what is not. Sit with your husband, sit with your wife and children, get this sorted out so that everyone will be in the same page. Now, why am I emphasizing on this wife, husband, and children? Is because see, this life is once you get married, this life is your life is dependent on your wife and your children. Before marriage, your life is dependent on your parents. So this is two phases of life, and you really need to understand that whenever you take the decisions of any financial related decision, be it anything, be it any insurance or investment or anything, any kind of thing, you should always consult your wife, your husband, or your children, so that and the children who are who are 18 years, they can understand a bit. You can take it into consideration and just ask them. They will better guide you what exactly the best investment to and what is how much amount is you need to have an emergency fund, because you will go with the same perspective that you need to not to spend money on this particular asset, not to spend on particular asset, but a child will give a different perspective altogether, because when you never think of that. So it's very important that you need to understand. Okay, so you need to think also from that perspective also what is right for you and for your family also. Okay, so now if you enjoyed this video and felt that it was very useful in making you learn about how to create an emergency fund in 3 simple and easy steps, because this is I have created, I have implemented and what I prove, I always do that: learn, implement, and teach. That is a golden triangle I always follow by what is said by my mentor. That is, I learn from my mentors and then I implement in my own life. I see the results and then I teach to other people. This is what I have done in the 3 steps: choose, know, and decide. This is very important. Okay. So before I end this video, I would like to leave you with a famous quote. The person name I will tell you the end. When I end this quote, you will come to know who is a great personality. The quote is like that: beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Unquote. Again, I will repeat that quote: beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. Benjamin Franklin. Now you must have got who is this case personality. So you imagine in his time, he was way beyond around 1800 or 1700 kind of thing. That time he was realizing that retail expenses can make a big hole in your pocket. So why don't we as an individual in this 21st, 22nd century, we can understand the importance of emergency fund. That's what the quote is trying to tell. So I believe what you learn will be you will be implementing and acted upon immediately, because otherwise it will be totally completely waste, my dear friends. Because the knowledge, see, there are a lot of knowledge in this era, but what is exactly the problem here is in implementation and acting upon. Implementation also some people do, but the final stage of acting on is doesn't do. So that is also very important. So please, I would request, if you are seeing this video, if you like this video, to act immediately. Don't worry about the consequences, what will happen, what are the steps I have told. This is all proven steps. You can try it, but it will be different for different individuals. So you need to have your financial advisors advice also, so that sorry, you can get all the required knowledge as well. So my question is to you before I leave you: how you will creating your emergency fund? Please put your comments in the comment box so that I can see what is your dedication and what is your goal and vision, and so that I will also follow. I will put in comment, I will reply to your comments, and we will both will go to achieve your emergency fund. So thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you learn something, take action, and take action now. Take action now. Okay, so if you enjoy this video watching and you think this video has added value to your life, then kindly like, subscribe my channel for more such videos, and click on the bell icon for more updates, because you need to share with your near and dear ones, because sharing is caring. So thank you so much again for watching. Hope you are staying safe and stay blessed. Thank you.